Hey guys, this is Ed from RDU and ATP. Wanted to kind of update you what was going on, and it's been a little while since I've made a video. Made one because I did my solo, I don't know, a few weeks ago, whatever it was. But maybe that was a month ago. But a lot has gone on since, and so I wanted to kind of give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, I completed my solos, had a great time. I did my cross-country solo. I enjoyed that. So here at ATP, we have pretty much, I think it's like 4 solos. You have your first solo, which is your very first one, and it's in the pattern. Your second one, you do another in the pattern. It's a pretty big day. I think it's like 3 hours or something like that. So you go the next time around the pattern for 3 hours and doing takeoff and landings. And then the next couple of solos will be your cross-country solos. Each time we have these evals, and I did very well on the evals, or I think I did okay. I mean, I'm sure I made some mistakes, and like everybody. But then we started, after the solo cross countries, you start your check ride prep, your mock orals and all that stuff. And I worked with my CFI, and man, you know, you think you're ready and everything for your check ride. You do your maneuvers, you do your oral and all that kind of thing. And I really studied quite a bit. I worked hard on it. And so this is the ugly that I'm going to talk about. This was a very difficult video for me to want to do. Really didn't want to do it because I don't want to have to admit that I busted a check ride, but I did, and I busted it on my private pilot. So, like I said, not an easy video and not an easy thing to broadcast to everybody. But you know, if you're going to be real about something and you're going to talk to people and they want to know what's going on in a program, I guess, you know, it's not always perfect. And so I just kind of wanted to share what led me to why I busted on this check ride yesterday, May 8th. So again, you know, your instructor can only do so much, and I love my instructor. He's fantastic. He works hard. He teaches very well to myself and other students. But it's solely up to me to be able to, you know, comprehend some of this stuff and then go home and study or stay at the facility and study. But it's really up to me to, you know, have that initiative to study. And I did. As a matter of fact, I worked really hard. And whatever they, you know, if you've heard that there are check ride jitters, believe it, there are, or there is. And you know, I didn't really. I kind of knew I might be a little nervous, but I didn't think I'd be this nervous. And so again, studied, and yesterday was the big day. We flew out to Asheboro here in North Carolina, and we flew out to Asheboro. I got in early. I finished up some nav logs and the you know, the temperatures and the winds and all that stuff. I was really, you know, I felt very prepared. And the DPE that I met with, super nice guy. He makes you feel at ease and everything, so that's good. But there was this little thing that happened where got into the FBO in Asheboro, and all of a sudden but I found out actually before I was going there that he was actually being audited by an FAA inspector. So, wow, boom, you know, and I think I added to my own stress level when I knew that there was an FAA guy examining my DPE, and my DPE is examining me. yeah, it's just really, I know it should not have changed anything. The DPE is going to, act normal. Well, maybe, I'm not sure. But, he's being examined and then I'm being examined too. So, all in all, it was probably a typical oral that most everybody gets. But my stress level was, pretty high. And it's comical if you are studying if you're studying for your private pilot. There's an acronym called I am safe, and I got through everything except for the S, which is ironically stress. I thought that was pretty funny. I actually had to look that up, and I said, "Oh wow, it's stress." So anyway, got through that, and I passed the oral. I mean, with 2 examiners, I passed the oral. So. Of course, again, I'm stressed out, but you know what? I can get through it. So we get to the airplane, and I'm doing my pre-flight inspection. And by the way, if anybody's ever seen, some of these points where people forget things or whatever, and you're like, I'll never forget. It's funny when you're in a check ride, you forget stupid little things. And I did. I mean, I know the airplane, I know the Piper Archer, not great. I know enough to where I think I'm okay. But again, when you have the examiner asking you questions and then you have the FAA guy, and I'm not going to blame anything really on the FAA guy. I really am not. It's up to me to know what I need to know. But so I'm going around the airplane, and this examiner, he's like, "What's this?" And I tell him, "Aileron." "What's this?" "Flaps." And boy, I'm feeling good, man. I know my stuff. I remember the supplement, and then he hits me with something that I had no idea. He opens up the fuel cap and he looks down and he says, "You see that L tab right there? It's like a tab in the gas tank." And he said, "If your fuel is to that tab, how many gallons do you have?" I looked at him like he was speaking Chinese. I had no idea. I just didn't know that. I didn't. I could have looked in the POH. I should have looked in the POH and known that, but I didn't. Again, this is all on me, and I just completely spaced that, and so that I think was strike one. And then the stall tab on the leading edge of the wing. Folks that already know about the Archer, they know that. And for the life of me, I couldn't think of it, but I knew about it. But that's probably strike two. Then there's on the left wing, there's a little temperature gauge, and I don't know why. Again, I just spaced off. I think, when you start snowballing, it just gets worse and worse and worse. We get into the airplane, and I'm putting in my flight plan because he asked me, and actually the FAA inspector asked me to create the flight plan, which, again, kind of strange that he would ask too. But anyway, so I'm doing the flight plan, and for whatever reason, I hit the button and I actually erase it or something. So I'm halfway through it and I erase it, and then I got to do it again. And I get through it, and he's not terribly upset. I can hear him kind of huffing, but time's ticking, and I know it's my time, but it's still looking bad. So anyway, finally get that going. We do a brake check, the normal stuff. I have my checklist, and we're taxiing out. And here's another stupid move. One more stupid move. He asked me, he looks at the taxiway, and I think we were going by Echo, and there's these little taxiways to the runway. And he said, "Is that Echo or are we on Echo?" And I said, "Well, we're on Echo." I knew better than that. I knew that was Echo, and I even had, here's the thing, I even had the airport diagram out. And I still made the stupid mistake. So then we go to another intersection and he goes, he says, is this Delta or are we on Delta? And that's when I said, oh geez, that is Delta, that's Echo, and we're on our taxiway to runway 3. Still, we're not done yet. I mean, we're getting ready to fly. By the way, I have the inspector in the back and my DPE to the right here. And so anyway, we're getting ready to do the run-up. And as we're doing the run-up, this is where it busts right here. So we're doing the run-up and he says, okay, you identified that there's a mag issue, that you've lost power in one of the mags. He says, what can you do? Here's what he said. He said, well, can you fix it or do you taxi back and get it looked at? And honestly, again, I did not know this question at all. I didn't even know that you could fix the mag or attempt to try to clean off the carbon in the mag or on the spark plug or whatever by running it up and leaning the mixture out. I didn't know that. I know it now because I've had a lot of people talk to me about it. But at the time yesterday, I had absolutely no clue. Again, Chinese, I mean, he could have been speaking a foreign language. I had no idea. And right about that time, he's like, all right, let's taxi back, unsatisfactory. And he then asked the FAA guy in the back, he said, am I correct in this? And the guy's like, yeah, I don't have anything. And so we taxi back and that was it. So I got to do my check ride probably next week. And but anyway, just kind of wanted to update you on the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this was definitely the bad, the ugly. I hate to admit that I busted a check ride. I didn't expect to bust a check ride because I really, really did study. I really thought I had, the knowledge and everything. But I just think I should say that just because you think you have everything, not one inspector is going to ask the same questions. I think that's my big takeaway from this. This is an accelerated program. We can't obviously know everything, but we do need to know enough to not bust, I guess. At least I passed the oral, and now I have the flight side. I will be studying a lot more for in the POH and the some other stuff. Obviously, some runway markings. But anyway, that's it. Today is May 9th, 2018. As of today, I think I have like 80 hours. So I started with 0 hours and now up to 80. And it's amazing how fast the program is. And I am learning and I'm getting somewhere, but man, I don't want to beat myself up about busting, but I know that I can do better, and it's really on me. I get this, but anyway, I also want to give a shout out to all my compadres at ATP RDU. You guys have been wonderful. You inspire me, and appreciate you. I know you're going to see the video. So anyway, and all the other folks out there. But I'll let you know when I pass this, because I'm going to pass this time. But anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate it, and we'll chat probably next week, or I'll make a video next week. All right, talk to you later.